What'd you do yesterday?
We hung out at federal court yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Judge Kim Teresa Malika. You're here today in First Appearance Magistrate Court. Today you're going to be informed of the charges, and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Today is not your trial date. Please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything's being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You also have a right to an attorney. We have, I believe, is it Mr. Romero at the main jail and Mr. Reedy to my right from the Public Defender's Office here in the courtroom with me. We also have Assistant State Attorney Eric Linder, and we have our clerk, Lena Ramirez. All right, we're doing Judge Jeffrey Cohen's domestic violence docket first. Amber Burnett, please.
She's here present, Judge.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so Ms. Burnett, good morning, ma'am. You have aggravated battery caused bodily harm, disability. Who's at the main jail, by the way. The court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials QW. What say you, State?
Your Honor, based on the level of violence alleged, I'm requesting a $7,500 bond in addition to the no contact order you already issued.
Okay. What say you, defense?
Judge, my apologies. I didn't speak to Ms. Burnett. The docket indicated North Broward, so I'm going to need a minute to speak to her.
Take your time.
Thank you, Judge.
While Mr. Romero's doing that, I would just point out that the victim in the case refused to provide a taped statement advising he did not want Amber to get in trouble, nor does he desire to press charges, and I think that's a factor for the court to take into consideration when determining an appropriate bond in this case.
Okay. What's your prior history, State?
Checking that right now.
Judge, thank you for giving me that opportunity to speak to Ms. Burnett.
Why don't you just hold on one moment, because I asked Mr. Linder before I let you go what her prior history is, okay?
No problem.
Thank you. Should have did that from the beginning, sorry. All right, go ahead, Mr. Romero.
Your Honor, I'm showing that she has a pending possession of cannabis before Judge Zeller in drug court, where 2 capiases for failures to appear have been issued.
Okay. All right, that's it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead.
Judge, and speaking Ms. Burnett, right now, she's been living in our community for the past 4 years. She is 29 years old, and right now she's gainfully employed. She's been working for Value Pond for the past year and a half, making approximately $14 an hour. My understanding that the victim and her do not live together. She actually resides in her own apartment in Lauderhill, where she's been residing there for 2 years. The lease is under her name, and she rents, I guess the lease is a year time span. Her monthly rent is approximately $845 per month. My understanding, Judge, is she basically has a clean record besides that cannabis offense. She is a registered voter here in Broward County. Judge, from what she informed me, there's really nobody that's going to be able to post her monetary bond. So what I'm going to be asking the court to consider is releasing her on pre-trial release supervision.
All right, no victim contact, direct or indirect, QW, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons, if any, surrender to your local police department within 24 hours of release, GPS, open schedule. I'll do a $2,000 bond. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. Pardon? Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Yeah.
Augustina Grinblatt?
Right.
Ms. Grenblatt, come on up, please. She's here at main, Judge.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Greenblatt. You have aggravated assault with deadly weapons. Habeas was issued by Judge Cohen.
That's if he's on the docket. I guess he's represented.
You were no-show at arraignment. You're gonna be held no bond. We'll probably see Judge Cohen after the new year. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. Richard Bigelow.
Mr. Bigelow, I just informed me he's here at main. Come on up, sir.
All right, Mr. Bigelow, you have touch or strike battery, $1,000 bond. Count 2 is battery, second or subsequent offense. Count 1 is 1,000. Count 2, what say you, State?
Your Honor, I'm requesting a $10,000 bond. I would note, as you can see, Mr. Bigelow, he has now a pending felony battery domestic violence. He got arrested on that based on his arrest on a new battery.
What's that case number?
Well, no, I was referring to count 2 and count 1.
Oh, okay, I
But
see.
he also has a pending resisting with violence, battery on a law enforcement officer, felony battery due to prior criminal mischief. The allegations in that case were
That's pending or it's resolved?
pending.
What's that case number?
17-3206 CF10A.
Okay,
The allegations are that he physically attacked his female roommate. When law enforcement arrived, investigated, and arrested him, he became violent with law enforcement, including biting one of the law enforcement officers. In 2007, he was arrested for felony battery due to priors. That was dropped. In 2006, he was arrested for aggravated battery against a pregnant victim. That was dropped. 2004, misdemeanor battery arrest. That was dropped. 2003, he pled to 2 counts of felony battery, great bodily harm. He violated probation, was sentenced to 364 days county jail. 2003, another battery arrest. That was dropped. And in 2003, he was convicted of misdemeanor battery.
okay. What say you, defense?
One more minute, Judge. Thank you.
You okay? Good morning, Sheila.
Your Honor?
Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
just to let you know, the on count 2, I don't know if you had it already. The victim's initials are EB.
ED,
B is in Bravo.
BD,
No. E
as an echo,
B as in Bravo.
because I have CMD too. Okay.
Yeah, that's on count 1.
All right, so he was already ordered no victim contact, I'm assuming. Madam Clerk, we need another one then.
A new one?
On the no, we need another one on the second case
Okay,
number.
no problem.
Judge, I'm speaking to Mr. Bigelow, and he's a little bit wanting to know a little bit as far as count 2. I've advised him it's a domestic situation. He's telling me he lives alone, so he really doesn't know. I got you. So what's the relationship as far as the alleged victim with Mr. Bigelow?
I'd like to help you out, Hector, but no one in our office can get into Odyssey, so I can't look up the case. So I'm waiting, maybe Mr. Lender can provide us with some more information. You want a photo order?
Yes.
He wants to know what the TV relationship is for Count Two.
They're brothers.
Mr. Lender, when was the date of incident? Let me call out.
November 8th, 17.
Been around. Okay. You don't have your day in court, then it should be easy if it's not your brother. Judge, having said that, this is coming as a shock to Mr. Bigelow. I guess the date of incident, well over a year ago. My understanding, he is employed. He works for a labor pool. His financial resources are limited. He gets paid about $60 to $70 every time he manages to get work. Besides that, he does a second job, which he's self-employed, which he was giving me details on now. He's 46 years old, been living here in South Florida since 1996. He definitely advised me that no one's going to be able to afford to pay the $10,000 bond, which the state is asking for on count 2. Judge, my understanding is the case that he's currently out on. I believe he's currently been out on bond from what he advised me for the past 2 years, in which he's kept in touch with his public defender, Gustavo Martinez, in which he advised me they're almost set to proceed to trial on that case. Judge, I'd ask you to take no action on that case, considering he's been out almost 2 years on that case, and it's almost set for trial. But on this case, Judge, I'm going to be asking on count 2 for a $1,000 bond, and on count 1, leave that $1,000 bond in place.
What's the brother's first name?
One moment, Judge. Edward.
All right, I'll grant your request for a photo order. No victim contact, direct or indirect, sir, with CMD, EB. No possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. If you do have any, you're to surrender them immediately within 24 hours of your release to your local police department, including any firearm permits, concealed firearm permits you might have. Also, the court's going to do GPS level 2. Court's going to do a $1,000 bond on 1, $10,000 bond on 2. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
You said CMD and EB. Those are two different.
CMD, Charlie Mike Delta.
Right, it's two different victims.
Yes,
CMD
two different
and EB.
cases.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Would you like the case numbers here? I have them here if you want these.
I have the case numbers. I just wanted to know which one corresponds to.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge,
Sean, yes, sir?
I forgot to ask on Amber Burnett, the first person we called for a photo order.
That's fine, no problem. We'll grant that. Do you have a sheet for me? Virginia, do you have a sheet? Thank you.
And then read the PC and then follow your motion.
All right, Sean Danaram.
He's approaching, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Danaram. You have violation of probation. You're going to be held, no bond. Okay? Are you here on a particular case?
Yes, Your Honor.
What page?
It's, Your Honor, it's Kelly Justin, but he's being represented by Michael Weinstein. I spoke to Mr. Weinstein. He won't be here for about an hour.
All right, but what page is that? I want to put it on
Oh,
here.
I don't know if it's 15, I guess.
Okay, 15? Okay,
That's what I'm being told.
all right. Tristan Colstein?
He's coming up, Judge.
All right, you have a felony battery, domestic violence, violation of probation. Court finds probable cause. You're going to be held no bond. You'll see Judge Cohen after the new year or Judge Allspector. Janelle Mayfield.
That's a municipal ordinance, Judge.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
Correct. Sherry Ann Cook,
Yes, ma'am. No problem, John.
North Broward. Okay, Ms. Cook, good morning, ma'am. You have petty theft first degree between $100 and $300, $100 bond. You have resisting an officer obstructing without violence, no bond required. Court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no return to the Walmart at 5555 West Atlantic Boulevard in Margate, Florida. Does she want to resolve her case today?
Yes, she does, Your Honor.
What's your offer, State?
It would be a withhold court cost on each count.
Is that what you'd like to do, Ms. Cook?
Of $293.
No conviction on your record and court costs that you'd have to pay.
Okay,
Otherwise, if you don't pay them, it could affect your driver's license, it could affect your line of credit, and you might be subject to a $25 late fee.
okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, so how does she want to plead?
No contest?
All right, withhold court costs on count 1, withhold on 2, $293 in court costs, 6 months to pay, partial payments, no return to the Walmart. Court takes judicial notice of time served in the Broward County Jail.
Good luck, Ms.
Thank you, ma'am.
Cook.
Good luck to you. Don't forget
Thank
to
you.
pay your court costs. They'll suspend your license.
Thank you.
Okay,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
No problem. All right, next one is Katrina Alexis Scott, please.
Medical recess, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Natasha Bryant. You also got to put in here, they got to surrender within 24 hours,
I shall.
including any permits, please. Thank you. Natasha Bryant. Main jail, thank you.
I do.
There was another pen.
Ms. Bryant is
These
here.
pens like crazy. All right.
Judge, I mean.
Good morning, Miss Bryant. You have a capious. You have a capious traffic. Driving while license is suspended, $500 bond. Court does find probable cause. What say
She
you,
wishes
defense?
to resolve the matter.
Ma'am, you want to
Wishes
resolve? What is that echo?
I have no idea, Judge.
I hear my voice echoing again.
Don't know.
All right. Hold on. All right, so, Ms. Bryant, your attorney, Mr. Romero, has indicated to me that you want to resolve your case today. What's the offer, State?
Your Honor, my records show that this will result in a 5-year habitualization. I do not have an offer.
Okay.
Judge, I did advise Ms. Bryan of that as far as the consequences of resolving this case, being declared a habitual traffic
Do we
offender
have
and
her
the
driving
consequences.
record, Madam Clerk?
But she still wants me to ask the court if you would consider resolving this matter today.
What's her name? Natasha Bryant, please. Thank you.
If it's a missing, wait, is it a mill? No, no, it's not. They were giving it a felony case number.
Why? That's what I'm saying.
Hold on a second.
Not gonna resolve it. She has 27. She has a lot of violations. A lot.
I understand, Judge, and I understand that the court's concerned, the state's concerned as far as not making an offer. And the alternative, Judge, from what Ms. Bryan advised me, the reason why she missed court is she was ill. So, Judge, would the court consider releasing her on the pretrial release?
What does she do? Tell me something about her. I mean, Mr. Romero, just to let you know, she must have failed to appear at least 15 times or more.
It's not up to his attorney to schedule a court appearance. Yeah, but that doesn't change the. First of all, you don't even represent him on this case. Well, then you're gonna have to file. Then you're gonna have to. Well, you're gonna have to do a substitution of counsel.
Right now, from what Ms. Bryan is advising me, she does not work. She is a single mother, taking care of her 4 children. Right now, her 4 children are with her sister, which are the children's aunt. And from what she advised me, she's really not in a position to post her monetary bond.
How does she support herself?
Her source of income, that's what I was just getting at, Judge, is she received child support for the children. And that's what basically pays the bills. And when, I guess, finances are tight and there's other stuff to be paid, she reaches out to her sister to try and help her with that.
This warrant says. And it's for the same offense. So.
Whatever it is, I'm gonna get it straightened out. Because they're not.
She does live locally, Judge, in Lauderdale.
You know what? She's already failed to appear before in this one as well. I'll make the bond $250. Thank you. Good luck to you. Nicole Allard. Hi.
Ms. Allard, come on up, please. She's approaching, Judge. She's here at Maine.
Morning, Miss Allard. You have petty theft first degree between $100 and $300. $100 bond. Court does find probable cause. Here you go, Virginia. No return to the Walmart at 3801 Turtle Creek Drive, Virginia. Right here. Coral Springs, Florida. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Does she want to resolve her case today?
No, Judge, my understanding this is her first arrest. If the state can confirm that, we'd be asking for an R warrant on her behalf.
All right, ma'am, you understand that if you go back to this Walmart, you will be arrested?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, does she have any priors? If not, I'll ROR.
No history, Judge.
Okay, ROR it is. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. What page are you here on, sir?
Judge, housekeeping matter. Can I get a guy on at 1 o'clock, please? His name is Vincent Spence. He's been in there since the 14th. They're not transporting him to Miami where he's on probation from. DOC shows he's got a Miami-only probation case. Mr. Linder believes he's on probation here, but I have no record of that. And I don't believe he'll be transported to Miami properly for the hold from, I think it's Judge Miranda, unless we can straighten out what's going on, and he's been languishing since the 14th without any court dates.
It's not what I believe. What I believe is that the jail accidentally put the wrong case number. When I ran his name in Odyssey, I see under a different case number, Judge McCarthy signed a violation of pretrial warrant ordering him to be held no bond. I've asked Sheila to look into this to see if that's what he's supposed to be held on.
And the problem is that DOC website, which is usually very accurate, only shows Miami, so they're not going to transport him properly to Miami. He's already been there since the 14th, so if we can get him on at 1, hopefully we can straighten it out.
Your Honor, if I may
I'm not asking to go through all this now. I'll get all the documents. I mean, you have a 1 o'clock docket, Judge?
I just want to show you that Miami's not the only thing. I showed that to you. Yep.
Well, he's on, well, it wouldn't show up the pretrial
Exactly.
services on there.
No. DOC website only has them on probation in Miami. That's why
It's not a probation, it's a pretrial. DOC's not going to show a pending felony.
When was he arrested on this?
he went in on the 14th. I'll double check that. Too.
Didn't he go before Judge McCarthy?
Your Honor, this is why I was asking pretrial to look into this. I'm not pretrial, I'm sorry, confinement. It looks like he wasn't, to confirm if he was served with this, he wasn't. I believe they'll be contacting BSO warrants to have him served with
Yeah,
this.
so obviously there's a lot of issues that's not, we need to straighten out. If we can just, I'll figure it out. We'll get it all figured out for 1 o'clock if you have any time at 1.
This is not how this is supposed to be.
Fair enough? It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma. My jokes are falling flat this morning. No coffee? More coffee?
I didn't hear it. All right, hold on one moment. Aja Nelmans, let me know.
Spence?
Okay, Norman, come on up. She's here, Judge.
All right, good morning, Ms. Nelmans. You have petty theft first degree property between $100 and $300. Report does find probable cause. Court's going to order no return to the Walmart at 3801 Turtle Creek Drive, Coral Springs. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Do you understand?
Yes.
Does she wish to resolve her case today, Mr. Romero?
I understand she has a clean record. We're going to be asking for an ROR.
That's fine. All right, ROR, thank you. Macaria King.
Ms. King, come on up, please.
Do you know where that gentleman is, Mr. Linder?
Conti.
Conti, okay. All right, Macaria King, you have a violation of probation, no bond hold. You're going before your division judge, Andrew Siegel, January 3rd at 8:30 a.m., ma'am. Good luck to you.
Is that the email you just sent?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
No, his client's Vincent Spence.
Oh my gosh, who's this then?
I think that might be the name of the pretrial.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Don't want to put her on the dock.
Okay, Ms. Patrice? I just got a thing I forgot that you are, can we get this person? I put Ebony. I put the pretrial person.
Okay, what is it that you
Can
want
we
me to
get
do?
that gentleman from Conti over on our second look docket today? Just put him on the second look, he's at Conti.
I'll send them an email just to have them brought him. I don't think the clerk is gonna bring his paperwork and all of that.
You can do it anyway, so try. All right. They should, but we have it in the system anyway, so. But make sure confinement brings it. You can send them the name. Norisha Davis.
She's here at main judge, come on up.
Huh? Well, here's the thing, he should have been brought to Judge McCarthy and he wasn't. I mean, today's the 21st and it's the 14th, so.
But I'm being told that he's never been served with that warrant.
Well, I don't know why they're not serving him, but
I don't know.
maybe they'll serve him now. I mean,
Well,
it's an issue that needs to be looked into. It happens all the
into.
time. All right, Norisha Davis, you have a violation of probation. You're going before Judge Joffrey Cohen January 7th. You have a no bond hold. I'm sorry, Dennis Bailey. January 7th at 8:30. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck. Crystal Thomas.
North Broward.
North Broward. Morning, Ms. Thomas. You have aggravated battery, caused bodily harm or disability. Court finds probable cause. Bond set at $2,500. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials LJ. What say you, defense?
Well, Judge, I know that Mr. Linder is going to point out to the court that Ms. Thomas was in court yesterday and the bond was set at $2,500. I don't know that she's going to be able to make it. She's been a resident of Florida all of her life. She's been living in the same place for the last year. She has 5 children. She has a friend of hers I'm going to call, but she doesn't know if he can come up with enough money to make a $250 payment to a bondsman.
Your Honor, yes, she was before her assigned judge, and there's an order here taking her into custody from Judge Garcia Wood, setting a $2,500 bond, ordering no contact, and pretrial GPS level 2. I think that's a reasonable bond. I'd ask the court to keep that bonding conditions in place. Considering Ms. Thomas also has a carry and concealed firearm and criminal use of personal identification pending before Judge Garcia Wood. The allegations are that she attacked the victim, sliced him with a box cutter. I think it's appropriate.
All right, what say you, defense? Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. $2,500 bond, no victim contact, direct or indirect, GPS level 2.
I'll call your friend for you, Ms. Thomas.
Okay.
Thank you. I think it was LJ. Is it LJ? The victim?
I have no idea, because I don't have a big one.
It says it right there.
LJ.
LJ, I was right. Okay, Angelina Vespia. Angelina Vespia, please. Where is she? What page are we on?
6.
Page 6.
No, bro, we were informed by confinement status to remove her off the docket.
Why?
She was removed because she was remanding custody in her court belonged to DOC. So she shouldn't have been on her.
So she's been magistrate? Okay, so remove. Magistrate, delete.
Angelina Vespia, right?
Yes, ma'am. Allison Tanaka.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
just Brian Tanaka.
No, this isn't hers.
No, I know, Deputy. Brian.
Yes.
No, Tanaka. We just called Tanaka. We were going to be talking about it earlier.
About what?
Waiting for appearance. Tanaka.
That's not Tanaka.
Oh, that's not tonight. Yeah, Judge, I'm gonna waive her appearance. I thought this was Miss Tanaka for some reason, but I guess apparently it isn't. That might be Mary Main.
Yes.
Hi, Mary. Judge, Ms. Tanaka is not going to be joining us, I don't think, for the foreseeable future. I would waive her presence for the purpose of this hearing. I mean, I have no objection to the court finding probable cause. In fact, I think you already did.
We did yesterday.
Yeah.
Or we did on, let me just get it for the record, 12/17.
Can we go off the record for a second?
Sure, we can. I had it on sidebar. Morning, ma'am. How you feeling today?
I'm okay.
You feeling better?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, so you have a capious misdemeanor for prostitution, $500 bond. Court finds probable cause for your arrest. What say you, defense?
Mary, do you want to try and resolve this today?
Yes.
If we could have an offer on the case.
The offer would be
Here's the thing. I mean, she's supposed to go to this class. No one monitors it. I can't put her on probation. That's the issue I have. So, I'll tell you what. I'll do a standard pretrial instead of resolving it. I think someone needs to monitor someone going to these classes and these tests or whatever it is a judge is going to order.
Well, I think Miss Main's main concern probably is to get out of jail.
I understand.
Would that be right, Mary? But you're going to be on pretrial release. You have to report within 24 hours of your release, which will be when, Judge? Is pretrial open Monday or Tuesday?
Pretrial's open on Monday, yes.
So you'll have to report Monday morning downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, I can do that.
Unless someone can post a $100 bond.
No, nobody can do that.
All right, so that's what I'll do. I'll put her on standard pretrial. Report within 24 hours of release. Another pen.
Thank you.
Be careful, Mary.
Call in 2 times a week. Report once a month in person. No reporting after court.
Okay, thank you so much.
Make sure you're there.
I will.
Thank you. Melissa Singali.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you feeling, ma'am?
I'm feeling all right.
All right, North Broward. She has a capious felony, no bond holds. You no-showed at arraignment in front of Judge Duffy. You're going to be seeing Judge Duffy, it looks like 12/26 at 8:30 a.m. But I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what it says, so you'll be held no bond until then. Good luck to you, ma'am. Jenny Courtwright.
Medical reason.
Okay, Virginia, I need that list back. I just wanted you to have that gentleman that came in before sign in. Kevin Williams.
Conti, Your Honor.
And did you hear for the 1 p.m. docket deputy? We
Yes,
need,
Mr.
what's the name? You heard?
Yes, I heard you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, all right, Kevin Williams, you have a KPS misdemeanor.
Yes,
Count
ma'am.
250, this is an ad charge, trespass, private property. What's count 1? Thank you, Virginia. What's count 1, folks?
A grand theft with $1,000 bond.
He's still in custody on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, this is trespass private property. Why doesn't he, is this going with that case? Or this is an MO? All right, we're gonna have to recall your case or you're an MO. I didn't realize it. Thank you. We have to wait for your attorney to come. Gerard Tarver.
Your present, Judge, May.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Tarver, good morning, sir. You have a KPS misdemeanor. This is an ad charge. Battery, $2,500. Court finds probable cause. I don't know when he's gonna see his division judge. I guess after the new year.
Judge, my understanding he has holds on him, so nothing to add from the defense.
He has no bond holds?
I believe so.
All right, thank you, Mr. Romero, for that. All right, we have our interpreter here. Good morning. Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do. Good morning, Your Honor. It's Solange Sands, S-A-E-N-Z.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, can you make an announcement? Anybody that needs a Spanish interpreter to raise their hand?
Por favor, si alguien necesita la ayuda del intérprete de español, levantar su mano.
Okay, who is it?
Judges, there's 3 people that require a Spanish interpreter. 2 of those individuals are on page 11, named Miguel Anjanel and Javier Ramirez Ventura. Those are the 2
I
individuals
have
on page
Emil
11.
Javi Ramirez Ventura.
Yes.
All right, who's the third?
The third is the gentleman on page 20 of the docket, and his name is Mr. Marco Sierra.
He has family here, Judge.
His name's Spence, S-P-E-N-C. S-P-E.
All right, so let's take the first case, Miguel Angel Agenel. That's page 11, you said?
805.
Page 11, correct.
Okay, page 11, so you can follow
I
along.
don't have a docket, Your Honor.
Why isn't there a docket on the screen? Should always be a docket on the podium. Maybe you can have them bring an extra one.
I'm just letting you know my email is with
So much.
so you should be able to email me. You have my email address.
Maybe they should bring 5. Maybe they should bring more, one more. All right, it's an easy fix. Okay, are you Miguel Agenel?
¿Usted es el señor Miguel Anjanel? Yes.
Page 11? All right, sir, you have a KPS misdemeanor $2,000 bond.
Señor, usted tiene orden de arresto por falta de comparecer. Es una fianza de $2,000.
Solicitation for prostitution violation.
También una acusación de solicitar prostitución.
Court finds probable cause.
La Corte decide que existe motivo fundado.
He's going before Judge Zeller December 27th at 8:30 a.m.
Se va a presentar en frente de la jueza Zeller el 27 de diciembre a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Gracias, señor, y mucha suerte.
Judge, I do have one request. Would you sign an order allowing access to his phone?
Absolutely.
De parte de la defensa ha pedido que tenga acceso a su teléfono y la señoría lo ha permitido.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Amilcar, this is page 11-2, I believe. Ramirez Ventura. Is that your name, sir?
Señor, ¿ese es su nombre? Javier Amilcar Ramírez Ventura? Yes.
All right, you have a capious misdemeanor operating without a valid license.
Usted tiene orden de arresto por falta de comparecer y es una acusación de conducir sin tener una licencia válida.
$500 bond.
Tiene una fianza de $500.
Court finds probable cause.
La Corte decide que existe motivo fundado.
Does he want to resolve his case today?
¿Usted quisiera resolver su caso hoy?
No, he does not, Judge. He gave me the phone number of his girlfriend. I'm going to call her after court.
All right,
No, el
thank
señor
you.
no quiere resolver el caso y tenemos el teléfono de la novia para comunicarnos.
Okay, let me know what happens. It's
Okay.
going before Judge Diaz, 12/27, 8:30.
Nos dejan saber qué pasa después. La próxima comparecencia es en frente del juez Díaz, el 27 de diciembre, 8:30 de la mañana.
All right, page 20, Marco Antonio Sierra. Marco Antonio Sierra, page 20.
Señor Sierra.
Do you have it? Because there's a lot. You have it, Madam Interpreter? You
I
see
do
it?
see it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, sir, count one, grand theft, $1,000 bond.
Ok, muy bien, señor. El primer cargo es hurto de grado mayor con arma de fuego. Es una fianza de $1,000.
Use, display, etc., firearm during felony. We need to talk about bond.
Utilizar o mostrar un tipo de arma de fuego durante un delito de grado mayor. Vamos a tener que hablar sobre esa fianza.
Count three, possession of controlled substance without a prescription, $1,000 bond.
Cargo 3, posesión de una sustancia controlada sin una receta. La fianza es $1,000.
You can step up, sir. Who's ever here on this case, feel free to step up. Count four is trafficking cocaine between 28 and 200 grams, $15,000 bond.
El cargo número 4 es traficar en cocaína.
Count five, sorry, go ahead.
De 28 a 200 gramos y es una fianza de $15,000.
Trafficking fentanyl or phenlamines, MDMA.
También traficar de fentanol o de fentilamina y eso es una fianza de $75,000.
Between 10 and 200 grams.
Y es de una cantidad de 10 a 200 gramos.
$75,000 bond.
Fianza de $75,000.
Possession of heroin, $1,000 bond.
Posesión de heroína, $1,000 de fianza.
Count 8, possession of THC, $1,000 bond.
Cargo 8, posesión de THC, fianza de $1,000.
Possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver cannabis, $1,000 bond.
Después, posesión con la intención de vender o de producir y entregar cannabis, una fianza de $1,000.
Drug paraphernalia, possess and or use, $100 bond.
Parafernalia de drogas, posesión o utilizar, una fianza de $100.
And count 11, trafficking synthetic cannabinoid between 100 and 30 kilograms, $500,000 bond.
Y el cargo 11 es traficar cannabidiol sintético de 100 gramos a menos de 30 kilogramos y es una fianza de $500,000.
What say you, State?
Vamos a ver qué dice el Estado.
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $10,000 bond on count 2.
Señoría, vamos a pedir una fianza de $10,000 para el cargo número 2.
I'm going to be requesting that the remaining bonds be kept in place.
Y vamos a también pedir que el resto de las fianzas queden de acuerdo a las cantidades ya pedidas.
I'm going to be requesting a passport surrender.
Vamos a pedir que el acusado entregue su pasaporte a la corte.
Prior to his release.
Y eso sería antes de quedar en libertad.
An order from the court that Mr. Sierra not possess or apply for a passport or any type of passport until further order of the court.
También vamos a pedir una orden de la corte que el señor Sierra le quede prohibido tener en su posesión un pasaporte y que no pueda aplicar o solicitar otro pasaporte mientras está esperando el proceso de su juicio.
I'm going to be requesting a nebia and full collateralization order from the court.
Vamos a pedir una audiencia navia y también una audiencia para investigar los fondos del señor.
Should Mr. Sierra post these bonds, that he be supervised by pretrial release with a GPS monitor level 2.
Y si fuera que el señor Sierra paga las fianzas y queda en libertad, que quede bajo la supervisión del Departamento de Libertad Condicional previo a juicio.
No possession of firearms, weapons, or ammunition.
Que le quede prohibido tener armas de fuego, balas o otro tipo de armas.
Your Honor, I would note if convicted of these charges.
Y quiero que conste si el señor queda condenado fuera a ser condenado de estos cargos.
He faces 3-year minimum mandatory sentences on counts 4, 5, and 6.
Tendría unas condenas mandatorias de mínimos de 3 años por los cargos 4, 5 y 6.
And a 15-year minimum mandatory prison sentence on count 11.
Y para el cargo 11 tendría una condena mínima de por lo menos 15 años.
And lastly, I would just note the amount of drugs found in the location.
Y también quiero que conste que la cantidad de drogas que se encontraron en ese lugar.
7 separate firearms found.
También se encontraron 7 armas de fuego.
Including an AK-47 and AR-15.
Y también esos son un AK-47 y uno AR-15.
I would also note that substantial materials were found consisting of that would reflect drug packaging and sales.
También quiero que conste que se encontraron bastante materiales que se pueden usar para empaquetar o para vender drogas.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Así que no tengo más que decir.
Okay. All right. Hello. Can you state your first and last name and spell your last name and speak into the microphone, please?
My name is Anthony Sierra, S-I-E-R-R-A.
Se ha presentado el señor Anthony Sierra.
And your relationship to Mr. Sierra?
I'm his son.
El señor es el hijo del señor Sierra.
Do you want to wait till we all go, or do you want to tell the court something now, or are you here just for support?
Well, I'm here for support, and I will also ask, please consider trying to reduce a little the bonds. There's a lot of, it's a lot of charges there, and a lot of bonds. He is the caretaker of my mother, who can't do anything for herself. She's diabetic, has strokes. If you take care of her, he gives her medication, he, cleans her. He takes care of her all day, every day, and he's needed at home.
Un segundo, por favor. El señor ha dicho que le pediría a la señoría considerar reducir las fianzas porque hay muchos cargos de los cuales se le acusan y las cantidades de las fianzas son muy grandes. Quiso aclarar también que el señor es la persona que se encarga de cuidar a la mamá y la mamá está discapacitada porque tiene diabetes y ha tenido también derrames cerebrales y el señor es el que la cuida todos los días.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say? What is your name, sir? Can you stand up to the microphone and state your first and last name? Spell your last name. P-E-N-A. Omar. And your relationship to Mr. Sierra?
Ya se ha presentado el señor Omar Peña, P-E-N-A, y él es el sobrino del señor Sierra.
Would you like to state anything, or are you just here for support?
For support.
All right, thank you.
And I hope that y'all do bring the bond down. He's the only person that can take care of Mom. He knows all the medication that she takes, when she has to take it, and
And
there's a lot I can't say because
I
obviously the case
understand.
is still open, and
Okay,
y'all gonna find him innocent.
okay.
That's for a fact.
All right.
El señor ha contado que se ha presentado para apoyar al señor Sierra y también ha pedido que si se le pudiera reducir las fianzas, que conste también que es la única persona que cuida a su tía, es la persona que le da todos sus medicamentos a la hora indicada. Y hay otras cosas que no puede decir porque el caso todavía está corriendo, pero está seguro que va a ser declarado inocente.
All right, what say you, defense? And let's talk about the passport first.
Vamos a hablar de la defensa y vamos a hablar del pasaporte.
Does he have a passport, U.S. or anywhere in the world?
Passport, Judge. He is a United States citizen. He does have a valid United States passport in his possession, I believe, at his residence, Judge.
Lo que tiene que ver con el pasaporte, el señor es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos y tiene un pasaporte válido, parece que está en la casa.
Does he have?
He is originally from Honduras, but he does not possess a Honduran passport, Judge.
El señor nació en Honduras, pero no tiene pasaporte de Honduras.
What about a passport card?
¿Tiene tarjeta de pasaporte?
Yeah, inquire.
Vamos a preguntarle.
He just has a United States passport, Judge.
All right, have him raise his right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
El señor levante su mano derecha, por favor. Jura y confirma que nos dirá la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Okay, inquire that he
Yes.
doesn't have a passport anywhere in the world, just a U.S. passport.
Queremos preguntarle si es verdad que lo único que tiene es el pasaporte de los Estados Unidos, no tiene pasaporte de ningún otro país
And he's never applied for a passport.
y que nunca ha solicitado ese tipo de pasaporte en otro lado.
And tell him he can put his hand down.
Ya puede bajar su mano, señor.
Sir, are you a United States citizen?
Señor, ¿usted es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos? Sí.
Do you have a United States passport?
¿Tiene pasaporte de Estados Unidos? ¿De nuevo?
Repeat, sir, you have to wait till everybody's finished talking, please.
When I renew the USA passport, because I don't have it right now. I lost my passport in my house. Inside the house, I don't find it.
Have you ever applied for a United States passport card?
No, I have the voting card and my driver license. That's the only one what I have right now.
My question is, have you ever applied for a United States passport card?
No.
All right,
Do you have?
that's fine. All right, so what say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, before Mr. Romero provides more information about Mr. Sierra's ties to the community, I have a probable
Hold on,
cause
she's
argument.
got a,
Y antes
interpret what
de...
I said.
Oh, okay.
I do the same
Sorry.
thing too, that's okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Vamos a ver qué más dice la defensa. De parte de el señor Greedy, que está aquí en la corte, quiere hablar de motivo fundado antes de que el señor Romero dé más información sobre los vínculos que tiene el señor Sierra con la comunidad del sur de la Florida.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Reedy, with your probable cause objection.
As to
Tell me
count
what-
one, Your Honor.
Entonces el señor Reedy tiene una objeción sobre el documento de motivo fundado para el primer cargo.
Which is the grand theft of a firearm?
Y eso es robo, hurto de grado mayor de un arma de fuego.
I don't see anything in the probable cause affidavit that indicates that Mr. Sierra at any point in time stole any firearms.
All right, the state's agreeing with you, so no PC.
Okay.
Entonces, de parte de la defensa, no vemos que en
First
el
State
informe
Defense.
de motivo fundado muestra de ninguna manera que el señor Sierra ha robado un arma de fuego, ya que el Estado está de acuerdo, la Corte también está de acuerdo que no existe motivo fundado para ese cargo.
As to count 2,
K, use, display, etc. firearm during felony state.
Your Honor, under case law, my understanding of the case law,
Entonces, vamos a hablar del segundo cargo, que es utilizar o mostrar un arma de fuego durante un delito de grado mayor. De parte del Estado es de acuerdo a el entendimiento que tengo yo de la ley.
possession is covered under the term use.
Posesión también incluye cuando se habla de utilizar.
Considering the firearms were found in a closet in a room,
Y vamos a considerar o vamos a tener en cuenta que las armas de fuego se encontraron en un placar, un closet que estaba en esa misma habitación.
a locked room that Mr. Sierra had access to.
Era un cuarto que estaba bajo llave y el señor tenía acceso a ese cuarto.
In a closet that had his hospital and school ID in.
Ese placar tenía también la identificación del señor del hospital y de una universidad.
In the same room where the drugs were found in plain view.
Y eso fue en el mismo cuarto donde se encontraron drogas a la vista.
I would argue there's probable cause that he was in constructive possession of both the firearms and the drugs.
Por eso voy a hacer un argumento que el señor de verdad se le puede decidir que tenía posesión de armas de fuego y también de las drogas.
Okay. What say you, defense?
De la defensa.
I would also point out, not by way of argument for probable cause,
También quiero que conste, y es como un argumento para motivo fundado,
but I would point out to the court for purposes of bond
pero quiero que tenga en cuenta a la Corte cuando va a decidir la fianza,
that the law enforcement officers involved in this case
que los policías que tienen que ver con este caso
were targeting someone else.
estaban tratando de buscar a otra persona.
What does that have to do with anything?
Y bueno, ¿qué tiene que ver con el caso?
These are not Mr. Sierra's drugs.
Estas no son las drogas del señor Sierra.
These are not Mr. Sierra's guns.
Estas no son las armas del fuego del señor Sierra.
They belong to the individual who was being targeted by the police.
Son las cosas del individuo al cual fue la policía a buscar en ese momento.
And I think that is ultimately what's going to come out in the end, and I think that's something the court can consider for bond.
Y ya que me parece que eso va a ser algo que se va a comprobar más tarde, sería algo que la Corte debería considerar cuando va a decidir cuánta fianza se le va a imponer.
I'd like it noted that on the probable cause affidavit, the officer states,
Bueno, quiero que conste que en el documento de motivo fundado, el policía ha dicho
Sierra stated that he knows Henriquez,
que el señor Sierra dijo que conoce al individuo Enríquez,
who was the subject of an active warrant for robbery,
que fue el individuo al cual se le fue a buscar por una orden de arresto debido a un robo.
who Mr. Sierra says that he knows, but that Mr. Henriquez does not live at the home.
Y el señor Sierra ha dicho que lo conoce al supuesto Enríquez, pero que el señor no vive en esa casa.
But does stay there from time to time.
Pero sí se queda en esa casa de vez en cuando.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
¿Algo más?
Yes, Judge.
Sí,
As far
señoría.
as the monetary bond, which right now is currently set, which is way over $500,000, is something totally out
We
of
have
reach
the
for Mr.
interpreter.
Sierra.
Esta fianza que está impuesta en este momento es una cantidad de más de $500,000 y de verdad está fuera del alcance.
For Mr. Sierra and his family, that bond is tantamount to no bond.
Para darle una fianza de esa cantidad al señor Sierra y a su familia es como darle no fianza, no darle posibilidad de pagar fianza.
He is 63 years old, Judge.
El señor tiene 63 años, señoría.
He's lived here more than half of his life.
Ha vivido aquí más de la mitad de su vida.
He's married.
Está casado.
He lives with his wife.
Vive con su señora.
In West Park.
En West Park.
His wife is on disability, Judge.
Y la señora está discapacitada, señoría.
Mr. Sierra's source of income is he's on Social Security, Judge.
La entrada económica que tiene el señor Sierra es que le paga el Social Security.
They do own their home.
Ellos son dueños de su casa.
They've been residing at that location for 18 years.
Han vivido ahí por 18 años.
Their monthly mortgage is $750.
Tienen una hipoteca mensual de $700.
It's a 30-year mortgage.
Tienen una hipoteca de 30 años.
So they just reached the halfway point about 3 years ago.
Así que hace 3 años en que has llegado a la mitad de la vida de esa hipoteca.
As I advised, Judge, he's a United States citizen.
También ya le he contado a la señoría que el señor es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos.
He's a registered voter.
Está registrado para votar.
My understanding, Judge, this is he's only had one prior, I guess, contact with the criminal justice system from what he informed me.
Y lo que tengo entendido de lo que me ha contado el señor, solo una vez anteriormente ha tenido contacto con el sistema judicial.
And I believe he said it was 30 years ago involving some sort of traffic.
Y me parece que dijo que fue como hace unos 30 años y tenía que ver algo con tránsito.
He has his family that resides here.
Y todos sus parientes viven aquí.
Him and his wife raised their 3 children.
Con su esposa han criado a sus 3 hijos.
I believe his son is a painter.
Me parece que el hijo trabaja como pintor.
His daughter works as a massage therapist.
La hija trabaja como terapeuta de masajes, masajista.
And his other daughter works at a flea market.
Y la otra hija trabaja en un flea market.
So as you can see, financially they can't come up with that bond. So that's the reason I'm going to make the following request.
Entonces, viendo eso, me parece que es lógico saber que ellos no pueden pagar esta fianza. Por eso voy a pedir lo siguiente.
Judge, on count 2, considering my colleague's argument for mitigation purposes, I'm going to be asking for a $1,000 bond on count 2.
Entonces, para el cargo 2, considerando el argumento que ya ha hecho mi colega, voy a pedir que se le dé solo fianza de $1,000.
On count 4, I'm going to be asking for a bond reduction from $15,000 to $5,000.
Para el cargo número 4, voy a pedir que se rebaje la fianza de esos $15,000 a $5,000.
On count 5, I'm going to be asking for a bond reduction from $50,000 to $5,000.
Para el cargo número 5, voy a pedir que se rebaje de $50,000 a $5,000.
Judge, on count 6, I'm going to be asking a bond reduction from $75,000 to $10,000.
Para el cargo número 6, voy a pedir que se rebaje esa fianza de $75,000 a $10,000.
And the last count on count 11, which is currently set at $500,000.
Y el último cargo es el 11, al que está a $500,000.
I'm going to be requesting a bond reduction of $20,000.
Voy a pedir que se rebaje esa fianza a $20,000.
So that is the basis of the defense request, Judge.
Y eso es lo que está pidiendo la defensa, señoría.
Okay, court has concerns with the firearms, the AK-47, the AR-15 rifle, and so forth, and the amount of drugs found in this home.
Bueno, la preocupación de la corte tiene que ver con las armas de fuego, con el AK-47 y el AR-15 y las drogas que se encontraron en este hogar.
Based on the totality of the circumstances, the court's going to do a GPS level 2.
Por la totalidad de las circunstancias, la Corte va a pedir que que el señor use un monitor GPS y va a estar bajo condiciones de nivel 2.
Court's going to order a Nebia hearing,
Vamos a hacer una audiencia Nebia
full collateralization,
para ver de dónde vienen los fondos.
surrender his U.S. passport
El señor va a tener que entregar su pasaporte de los Estados Unidos.
to clerk prior to release,
Eso se tiene que entregar a la secretaria de la Corte antes de que el señor pueda quedar en libertad.
no applying or possessing any passport or passport card
El señor no puede solicitar ni tener en su persona otro pasaporte ni una tarjeta de pasaporte.
from any country in the world,
Y eso puede ser de cualquier país del mundo,
including the United States.
también incluyendo a los Estados Unidos.
Per of estate and defense, no PC on count 1, ROR.
De acuerdo a lo que ha dicho el Estado y la defensa, ya que no existe motivo fundado para cargo número 1, queda en libertad bajo su propia palabra.
Count 2, 1,000, count 3, 1,000,
Para el cargo número 2, $1,000, cargo 3, $1,000,
count 4, 5,000,
cargo 4, $5,000,
count 5, 50,000,
para el cargo 5, $50,000,
count 6, 50,000,
cargo 6, $50,000,
count 7 and 8, 1,000 each,
para el cargo 7 y 8, $1,000 cada uno,
count 9, 1,000.
para el cargo número 9, $1,000,
I'll do $1 on count 10,
el cargo 10, el cargo 10 le voy a dar $1 de fianza,
and count 11, the court will do $250,000 bond.
para el cargo 11, la Corte pide una fianza de $250,000.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Gracias, señor, y mucha suerte.
Oh, one other thing, I'm sorry. No
Otra cosa.
possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons.
Otra cosa, señor, le queda prohibido tener ningún tipo de arma de fuego, ninguna bala, ningún otro tipo de arma.
And if you do have any, you're to surrender them.
Y si usted sí tiene algo de ese tipo de cosas, lo tiene que entregar.
Including any carrying concealed firearm or weapons permits.
También tendría que entregar cualquier permiso para cargar un arma oculta.
Within 24 hours of your release.
Y eso se tiene que entregar a la jefatura local dentro de las primeras 24 horas que quede en libertad.
To your local law enforcement.
Eso va a ser a la comisaría, a la jefatura local.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Gracias,
Good luck to your
señor, y
family.
mucha suerte y buena suerte con su familia.
You can speak to, yes, sir.
There's one more that raised their hand that requires Spanish interpretation.
All right, one moment. Thank you. You can speak to the public defender if you need anything explained to you, okay? Thank you. Who is it, Hector?
He was one page before on page 19. His name is Jose Perez.
All right, have him come up.
Page 19.
All right, good morning. Are you Jose Perez Gonzalez?
Buenos días. ¿Usted es el señor José Pérez González?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You have carrying concealed firearm, $1,000 bond.
Gracias, señor. A usted se le acusa de portar un arma de fuego ocultada. Es una fianza de $1,000.
And KP is misdemeanor, $500 bond.
También tiene una orden de arresto por falta de comparecer. Es un cargo de un delito menor. Es $500 de fianza.
2014 case, operating without a valid license.
Es un caso del 2014 por conducir sin tener una licencia válida.
Does he want to resolve that case?
¿Usted quiere resolver ese caso?
No, Judge.
No, señoría.
Okay.
Bien.
All right, court finds probable cause. Can he afford the $1,500 in bond?
Entonces, la Corte decide que sí existe motivo fundado. ¿A usted se le haría posible pagar esa fianza de $1,500?
Judge gave me the phone number to his son. I plan on calling him right after court.
El señor nos ha dado el teléfono de su hijo y vamos a llamarlo después de que termine esta audiencia.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Gracias, señor. Mucha suerte.
What page was that?
Page 19.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like the interpreter to make another announcement, Your Honor?
Sure, why don't we?
Si alguien más necesita la ayuda de la intérprete, por favor, levantar su mano.
No? All right, North Broward.
No, we're good, Your Honor.
Thank you. Conti?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Okay. Paul Ryan, hi. How are you?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you. All right, so leave the bond in place for him. Thank you so much. You too, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
All right. Curtis Florence. Where
Judge,
is he?
Curtis Florence is in the main jail, Judge.
Main jail. Sorry. Where's he on the docket?
He is on page 10. Good job, Brian.
You have 3 today?
I think I have 2, Judge.
No, I have 3.
Who's?
Mr. Florence, good morning, sir.
Judge, I spoke to Mr. Florence. He'd like to resolve his matter today to a time-served plea.
$78 in court costs. He has an open container. Adjudication time served, $78 in court costs. I'll give him 6 months to pay partial payments. Does he want to accept it?
Yes, he does, Judge.
Okay, I'll appoint you, Mr. Shade. How does he want to plead?
No contest.
Okay, is that what you want to do, sir? Resolve it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, adjudication time served. $78 in court costs. You're welcome. Next one is Janelle Mayfield.
I don't think that's mine. I didn't.
Says MO 40A.
What page do you see that on?
Pardon?
What page do you see that on?
I don't have page.
Oh. It's in the document. Janelle Mayfield.
All right, are you Janelle Mayfield?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have, let's see. I don't even have a PC on here.
I don't see it on the docket.
Let me pull it up.
Page 4. Page 4.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. Completely missed her. Janelle.
Yes.
Is this the only thing holding you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you like to try to resolve this today?
Yes, sir. Excuse me, I couldn't hear him. Yeah.
Janelle, if you resolve it to,
Yes.
if you resolve, if you resolve, calm down. If you resolve it today, it's going to be $78 in court costs and time served.
Loitering.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Okay, adjudication time served. $78 in mandatory court costs. 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. No return to that area, ma'am. Which is
Yes, ma'am.
1620 North Federal Highway in Hollywood. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, did you have Kevin, Mr.
Kevin Williams?
Correct.
Kevin Williams, where are they?
He's in North Broward.
Conti, thank you. All right, if you could turn. All right, main jail. We need someone to turn off the mic. Thank you. Conti, you have Mr. Kevin Williams, who has a trespass private property. It's an MO 40A.
Judge, he'd like to resolve this. He has also a grand theft that's going on right now, but this should.
Yeah, we had some other gentlemen, so.
Tina was right. Yeah, for once. Got it in just before.
All right, adjudication time served, no return to 315 South 62nd Avenue in Hollywood, Florida.
Would you like to accept that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, $78 in court costs, 6 months to pay. Partial payments accepted, no return, sir.
Perfect.
You go
Good luck
back
with
there,
that
you will
grand
be
theft.
arrested, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you, Judge. Represents you, Mr. Michael Weinstein.
I'm here to
Okay,
represent.
give-
I'm here to represent Stephen Shea. He's charged with mopery.
See you later. Ms. Patrice, do we need to put on here, there's a couple things. No applying for, surrender of his passport, Nebbia, full collateralization. Okay, do we need to reference that on here?
No, Your Honor. So on that one, I will.
And this is including any permits. I don't know if you want to write it on both of them.
I believe it's on the other one.
Oh, okay,
So just pick one of the two.
I see. Well. Oh, thank you. All right, so let's call Kelly Justin. Where is he?
No, I'm dying to say from Justin to Kelly.
Is it Justin Kelly?
No, get it? From Justin to Kelly.
Oh, I see, okay. Main jail?
Pop culture reference there.
Kelly Justin. Where's Kelly Justin? Step up. Main jail.
Judge, I believe Mr. Weinstein's client just stepped out to, I believe, the name of the client?
Kelly Justin.
Mr. Justin.
Is he in the restroom?
I think so, so that's why the deputy's
All right,
walking
let's
out right
pass
now
it a
to,
case or two. Terrence Mack. Let me know when he gets back.
Yes, Judge.
Here you go, Virginia. Okay, Terrence Mack, sir, you have an ad charge, touch or strike battery. Court finds probable cause. Court's going to order no victim contact with the alleged victim with the initials SR. No contact is direct or indirect, sir. $1,000 bond. What say you, defense?
Judge, from what Mr. Mack is advising me to ask the court, he wishes for me to ask the court if the court would consider resolving this case today.
I can't resolve a domestic violence at first appearance or a battery type of charge. So
I advised him, but he wanted me to ask the court.
No,
I'm not resolving it, sir. We never do that at magistrate.
and just to
Mr.
advise-
Mack has some no bond holds on count 1 and 2, Judge.
All right, so we'll leave the bond at $1,000. Good luck, sir. No victim
Yes, ma'am.
contact with SR, direct
I
or
think he's
indirect.
back. I
All
see him in
right,
front.
page 15, recall. Kelly Justin, please.
He's here. So to your attorney, Mr. Mike Weinstein.
Good morning, Michael Weinstein here on behalf of Kelly
Give me a
Justin.
number.
Pardon, what did you say?
825.
Mr. Reedy, hit the mute.
8077. Oh.
Michael Weinstein here on behalf of Kelly Justin.
Nice to see you, Mr. Weinstein.
Good morning. Judge, I got a call last night from a colleague of mine who asked that I come in and work with Mr. Justin. I was happy to do so. So I don't have a probable cause argument. Clearly, it's looks like they detained him during a search warrant outside the house.
Okay. All right, so let me just read him the charges. Sir, are you Kelly Justin? Okay, hit the button.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, you're charged with trafficking cocaine between 28 and 200 grams, $15,000 bond, trafficking in heroin between 14 and 28 grams, $250,000 bond, 3 is possession with intent to sell, manufacture or deliver, 1,000, drug paraphernalia, possess and or use, 1,000, possession of cannabis over 20 grams, 1,000, keep public nuisance structure for drug activity, 1,000. 7 is possess structure conveyance known for drug sale, $3,500 bond. Court does find probable cause. What say you, defense?
Judge, this is what I'm going to ask for. Obviously, I see that there's 2 detectives sitting here, and I'm sure that they're going to testify, you know, that he's a danger to the community, and they want a high bond and a collateral and a nebia and all that. So I'm going to address it the following ways. I've
Sir, can you
reviewed.
hit that middle button? And if you can't hear us at any time, just hit the button again or start waving your hand, okay? Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Weinstein, I'm sorry.
I will point out to the court that my client is born in the state of Florida in Fort Lauderdale. So he clearly he's been here for 30 years. He clearly has ties to the community. That's number one. I know the state's going to point out that he's got an arrest record, but I'll point out that all of that occurred in Broward County. So even though it's kind of a strange circular argument, he's got ties to the community even with his arrest record. I'll also point out that these offenses are all non-violent offenses. From what I see in the probable cause affidavit, he was found to have various drugs inside the home and that they're alleging that they're his. However, the currency is quite light. It's only $1,495. I mean, in some of these cases I've seen as high as $150,000. So it's more minor when it comes to the amount of money. Last but not least, I'm looking at the Min-Mans. He's got a 3-year on the cocaine. There's a 15 on the heroin, and then the marijuana would probably be non-state. But having said that, in my experience, you know, the state of Florida would generally offer 6, 7, 8 years to resolve it. So his upside's not that high. He's not facing like the 25-year or even a life sentence or anything like that. So I am dealing right now with another matter where I don't know if it was this court or weekend magistrate set a collateral, and it's become next to impossible. Dealing with the prosecutor's office has been next to impossible with the collateralization of these bonds, because a lot of the bondsmen will take payments from the moms and such. So if you start collateralizing it, they'll sit in jail another 6 weeks. So this is what I'm going to ask for. Count 2 is currently set at $250,000. That's tantamount to no bond. I'm asking the court to reduce that to $75,000. Doing my quick math, if you reduce it to 75, that'll be a total bond of $100,000. I'd ask that there be no nebia. I'd ask that there be, because I think that, you know, a parent or a friend may be able to come up with payments for $10,000, you know, working from at a normal job. I ask there be no nebia. I'm definitely asking there be no collateral. And so all I'm asking to change is just drop the 250 to 75, leave everything else in place.
What say you, State?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just want to let the court know, there are 2 detectives present. I'm not anticipating having them eliciting any testimony. They're here out of concern in this case. They were involved in the investigation.
All right, do we want to identify them?
Yeah, you can just identify yourselves to the court.
Detective Angel Rivera, Broward Sheriff's Office.
Thank you.
Detective Javier Morales, Broward Sheriff's Office, Pompano Beach, Massachusetts.
Okay, so how long have you been with them and with Broward Sheriff's Office?
I've been a deputy with the Broward County Sheriff's Office for over 18 years, and I've been the crime suppression team detective, mostly targeting narcotics, for over 4 years.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been with the Broward Sheriff's Office for about 4 years. I did 2 years previously with the City of Hollywood, and I've been on the crime suppression team going on my 3rd one.
Okay, great, thank you.
And, Your Honor, Detective Bates, who authored the probable cause affidavit, he wanted to be here. He had a commitment involving his child. At school. He could not be here this morning.
That's fine.
Your Honor, first, I'll start with what I'm requesting. I am going to be requesting that the bonds be kept in place. I'm going to be requesting nebia and full collateralization, pretrial with GPS level 2. Your Honor, first, upon my conversation with detectives and Detective Bates, I want the court to be aware that this investigation began from a complaint from a concerned citizen in this neighborhood. I've been advised once law enforcement executed the search warrant, made an arrest, other citizens on this block came out and voiced their concerns for the drug activity coming from this house. So there is a concern in this neighborhood. Additionally, as Mr. Weinstein stated, count 1 carries a 3-year minimum mandatory prison sentence. Count 2 carries a 15-year minimum mandatory sentence, so that is significant. Out of Broward County, his criminal history includes 2011, delivery of cocaine. 2009, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or distribute. He violated probation. Possession of cocaine, 2008. Two separate cases. On one of them, he violated probation. Your Honor, in 2013 in Martin County, he was convicted, or he had a sale of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a business. First-degree felony. He was sentenced to 3 years and 9 months in state prison on that case and was released November 22nd of 2016. As you can see, he has a history in dealing drugs, and that's what he essentially stands before the court on today. I would also note when law enforcement arrived at the home, it would appear that Mr. Justin tried to flee from his home to avoid apprehension. Your Honor, I would just also note that I do believe the almost $1,500 in cash is something that the court should take into consideration. I do not consider it. While I have no doubt Mr. Weinstein has had cases where there have been clients with much more cash, I still don't believe that makes this an insignificant amount.
Yes, and a state salary.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
One little dig.
All right, anything else?
Yeah, Judge, I just want to briefly respond to the state. Whenever I hear the state request pretrial release with level 2, to me, pretrial release is always for people who are committing violence. You know, it's not for someone who's found at their home committing a nonviolent offense. So I just think it's a waste of resources to include pretrial release for someone who's nonviolent. As far as the fleeing is concerned, I mean, with all due respect, you know, look at the client and look at these two deputies. They're in phenomenal shape. He's not running anywhere from them. Number 3, as far as the priors are concerned, again, the court didn't hear anything about violence, didn't hear anything about guns, and heard everything in Florida. So it's not like he's flying off to New York or anything like that. So having said that, I think that what I'm requesting is not unreasonable, leaving all the bonds as is, and just count 2, changing that from $250 to $75. That'll be roughly a $100,000 bond. He's got ties to the community. Clearly, he was born here, been here for 30 years. Nonviolent offenses. It is right before Christmas, and you know, if he picks up anything else, he's going to be held no bond, you know, for trial. As far as the collateralization, I am strongly requesting that that be not included. Again, I'm dealing with it right now, and it has become nothing short of a nightmare trying to get a bond, $100,000 bond collateralized, because nobody has that kind of money. So if you know, nobody has a house that they can put up with $250,000 in equity. They just don't have it. So it'll hold them for months.
Okay. All right, does he have a passport?
I don't know the answer to that, but it'll be a surrender.
Well, why don't we just put him under oath? I'll let you ask the questions if he has a U.S. passport from anywhere in the world, including now they have passport cards.
That's fine, I'll ask.
Okay, sir, raise your right hand. Mr. Kelly, Justin, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
All right. Your name is Kelly Justin, Justin?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Go ahead. I'll let you inquire, Mr. Weinstein.
Certainly. The court's interested to know if you have a passport.
No.
From anywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the world.
No.
Passport card?
Passport card.
No.
Thank you.
Has he ever applied for one?
You ever applied for a passport or have one pending?
No.
Including a passport card?
No passport card, nothing ever.
No.
Thank you.
All right. I'm satisfied with that. I'll just put no possession or applying. Okay, you can mute the mic. Thank you, sir. All right, so GPS level 2, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. If you have any, sir, you're to surrender them within 24 hours of release, along with any permits. I am going to do a Nebbia, no possession or applying for a passport or passport card. $15,000 on 1, 150 on 2, and I'll leave all the rest of the bonds in place. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Judge, I just asked that you waive. They took. I'm asking the detectives. You guys confiscated the $1,500. Yes, Judge. I'm going to ask that you waive the fee for the monitor. They confiscated his money.
Well, the only thing I can tell you about that is they have a formulation that they do, and I let them do it at the,
Oh, I've had
pretrial.
a lot of judges will just, I mean, I'm telling, you can do whatever you want, but a lot of them will waive it or even reduce it to
Mhm.
$5 a week. I've had some judges do that.
All right, I'll do, $10 a week.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, good luck.
All right.
Thank you, deputy, or detectives. Have a good day.
Your Honor, we have a private attorney standing by to appear by phone.
Sure, who is it?
It's on Curtis Harris, page 18.
Who's the attorney?
David Solomon.
He's here, President May.
And what's his number?
954-825-8077.
You know what? Do me a favor. If you could just write the charges, the other two, and I'll take care of everything else.
Just copy what you put in the first one.
Yeah, but if you have the booking here if you want to. I wrote really small to fit
Curtis
some of the
Harris?
stuff in, so.
I can't hear you, but,
Yes, no.
thank you. All right, Attorney Solomon, this is Judge Malika, Magistrate Court. How are you?
Good morning, Judge. Nice to hear you.
Nice to hear from you. Okay, so you're being recorded, you're on speakerphone. We have your client Curtis Harris in front of us. Do you want to, magistrate him over the phone?
Okay, we can do that, yes. Yes, Judge.
Or we can
read notice of appearance, and I do apologize, I didn't know that this had
Hit the
happened.
button.
So I'll supplement the court record as soon as I have an opportunity.
All right, hit the button, sir. Mr. Harris? Okay, Mr. Harris, if at any time you can't, I want you to leave it on mute because there's such feedback, your attorney can't hear what's going on. It's off. So if any time you can't hear me or your attorney, just wave or hit the button, okay? Thank you. All right, so Mr. Harris, your client has, we can also set this for 1 o'clock or you can appear by phone, whatever easier for you.
Well, actually, Judge, unfortunately, I'll be out of town. Actually leaving in the next half hour.
All right,
So,
that's fine. He actually has no bond hold, so. All right, so
yeah,
Mr.
That's the problem on the VOP, correct? He's got a VOP?
Yes. So, sir, Mr. Harris, you have burglary, unoccupied structure, unarmed. We need to talk about bond.
And Your Honor, I just wanted, before we go too far into it, while it was put on the offenses charges structure, it does appear based on the allegations that this was a home.
This is a what?
A home, a residence, Your Honor.
Okay, so you want burglary of unoccupied dwelling?
Yes, ma'am. It involved taking packages from front door of a home.
Okay. All right, so. All right, so, sir, you have burglary, unoccupied dwelling, unarmed. You have petty theft, first degree, between $100 and $300, $100 bond. And you have counts 3 and 4 are probation violations. You are going to be held no bond on counts 3 and 4. You do have a hearing before Judge Barbara Duffy, January 2nd at 9 a.m. So you're going to be held no bond until then. So what say you state on count 1?
Your Honor, because this involves someone's home, I'm going to be requesting a $10,000 bond. In addition to the case that Mr. Harris is currently on probation, he has priors for strong arm robbery, burglary of a structure, burglary of a dwelling, possession of burglary tools, grand theft. Nothing
All
for.
right, well, they might be taking a warrant to Judge Duffy. He's on probation. All right, so as far as these, what say you with regard, I'm going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim, JT. I'm also going to order no return to 3750 Southwest 16th Street in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, what say you, Mr. Solomon?
Judge, obviously he already has a hold, a no bond hold, and
Sure.
imagine that this case is going to be also assigned to Judge Duffy. They're going to be there together. She is the judge that is very familiar with the matter. there's no real risk that my client's going to bond out or any risk to the community without a judge that is very familiar with the case reviewing the matter. So I believe at this time, and considering all these circumstances, a $10,000 bond is a significant bond. It really kind of amounts to no bond at all because my client won't be able to pay that. I'm familiar with the situation. And so what I would request, Your Honor, is to set a bond of about $5,000 and allow Judge Duffy to take a look at this when we come back from Christmas break.
I'm just reading the probable cause affidavit.
Yes, sir.
Says he unlawfully entered the residence with intent to permanently deprive the owner of their property. Was captured on the victim's home surveillance system. They captured his tag. So this is what the court's going to do. Court's going to do $7,500 on count 1. Count 2, I'll do ROR or $1 so he can get gain time, up to you.
$1 will be fine, Judge.
Okay, $1 on count 2. No contact, direct or indirect, with JT. No return to 3750 Southwest. I think I said Northwest before. Southwest 16th Street, Fort Lauderdale. GPS level 2 on count 1 only. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. You'll see your division judge January 2nd. Thank you, Mr. Solomon. Have a nice holiday and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Judge, and thank you for allowing me to appear by phone. I appreciate that.
No problem at all. Anytime. Thank you.
Have a happy holiday. Bye-bye.
You too. Alonzo Smith, please. And Robert or Alonzo?
This is Mr. Smith.
I know, which Smith?
Alonzo. That's Alonzo.
Oh, Alonzo.
Okay, Mr. Alonzo Dale Smith, you have a KBS misdemeanor $500 bond. Petty theft. Court finds probable cause for his arrest. Does he want to resolve it, or what are we doing with this?
He does, Judge. He does. My understanding is that Kmart and the merchandise was recovered.
I'll see if an offer has been documented, Your Honor.
Okay, no return to the Kmart where this occurred, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, the offer is an adjudication, court cost, and I believe you ordered no return, so.
Sorry about that.
Your Honor,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. Did you already order no return?
No return to Kmart. I don't have the address, though.
It's 3800 Oakwood Boulevard in Hollywood.
Do you hear that, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's adjudication, court cost, time served.
Adjudication, time served, court cost $293.
He wishes to accept the state's offer, Judge.
Can you explain to him what happens if he doesn't pay the $293 in 6 months?
I did, Judge.
I'm sorry, madam?
The name of his name?
This is Alonzo Dale Smith. Then we're going to do Robert Smith after this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so how does he want to plead?
How do you wish to plead, sir? Well, got this.
Okay, adjudication, time served, $293, 6 months, partial payments. No return to the Kmart, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you. Robert Smith?
Robert Smith, come on up, please.
Okay, Mr. Smith, you have a capious misdemeanor, $500, capious traffic, $250. One is for possession of drug paraphernalia. The other one is driving while license is suspended. Court finds probable cause. He has a no-show with arraignment. And the other one, I don't know if he failed to appear or not, but there's a capious $500 bond for the possession of drug paraphernalia. Does he want to resolve? What do we want to do with these?
He does wish to resolve these matters, Judge.
It's withhold on both, Judge.
Okay, withhold and court costs, $293 on each case. 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. What would he like to do? And how does he want to
Wishes accept
plead?
the state's offer, Judge.
How does he want to plead?
No contest.
All right, withhold and court costs on each count, $293. So that's going to be 2 of them. 6 months partial payments. Court takes judicial notice of the time that he served in the Broward County Jail. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, okay? Derek Scott.
Mr. Scott, come on up. He's approaching.
Are you Derek Javon Scott, sir? You have to reply, sir. Are you Derek Javon Scott?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Scott, you have 2 capiases, petty theft, $500 bond, a battery. For $500, you are going before your division judge, who is,
Judge Evans.
thank you, Judge Evans, 12/27 at 8:30. Does he want to try to resolve the petty theft case, or withhold of adjudication, court costs?
No return to the Lowe's at 8050 West Oakland Park in Sunrise.
No return to the Lowe's.
He does wish to resolve the
What
petty
is it,
theft, Judge.
8050 West Oakland Park, you said?
You got it.
In Sunrise. Is that Sunrise?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how does he want to plead?
No contest, Judge.
Okay, court takes judicial notice of time served in the Broward County Jail, withhold court costs $293, no return to the Lowe's. 6 months partial payments. Did you speak to him about what happens if he doesn't pay the $293?
I did, Judge.
All right, is he going to bond out on the $500? He has a court date coming up 12/27 at 8:30.
Judge, from what Mr. Scott advised me, he can't afford a bond out. He's asking the court if you would consider releasing on pretrial release on count 2.
He no-showed at arraignment December 2018.
I understand, Judge, but right now he informed me he is a father, he has a child, he wants to be there on Christmas mornings for his son.
I got a job interview and shit on Wednesday, not Wednesday, but this following week.
I'm going to leave it. He's going 12/27. Thank you. It's a battery charge. Larry Johnson, and he failed to appear. Thank you. Larry Johnson.
Mr. Johnson's here present, Judge?
Morning, Mr. Johnson. You have a capious misdemeanor for another one for a battery. Your judge set a $15,000 bond. You're going before Judge Melinda Brown, 12/27 at 8:30. Court finds probable cause for your arrest. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Judge, Mr. Johnson is asking me to ask court, he can't afford the $15,000 bond. Judge, he's asking to be released on pretrial release.
Your Honor, the reason I believe Judge Brown set this at $15,000 is he failed to appear at jury trial.
That's what the judge did, so I'm going to leave it. Thank you. Wilhelm Mark.
Mr. Mark, come on up, please.
Mr. Mark, good morning, sir. You have petty theft first degree between $100 and $300. Court's going to order, court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no return to the 711 1440 West Copans Road. Does he want to resolve his case today?
He does, Judge, he does. Hey, guys.
Okay, does he understand? He can't, sir, you can't return to the 711. Go back there, you'll be arrested. Do you understand?
You understand?
Okay, I didn't hear him. Yes? You keep hitting the mic. I can't hear him. I need a verbal response. Thank you, sir. Okay, what say you, State?
Withhold court costs, Your Honor.
Withhold and court costs, $293.
wishes to accept the state's offer, Judge.
All right, did you speak to him about the 293? What happens if he doesn't pay in 6 months?
Let me tell him, Judge.
Thank you. Which case are you here on, sir? Oh, okay, thank you.
I did, Judge.
All right, so withhold court costs, 293, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. Court takes judicial notice of a time that he served in the Broward County Jail. No return to the 7-Eleven. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, okay? Ronald Brazil.
He's approaching, Judge. He's here, man.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Bazile. I'm sorry, B-A-Z-I-L-E. You have trespassing, occupied structure, or conveyance. The court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no return to the Sunset Square Plaza, 2177 North University Drive, Sunrise, Florida. If you go back there, sir, you will be arrested. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Does he want to resolve?
He does, Judge.
State, do we have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be offered to be 3 days, Your Honor. He was just arrested a couple weeks ago for trespassing at the same location.
He wishes to accept the state's offer, Judge.
Okay, adjudication, 3 days, Broward County Jail. Is that what you want to do, sir? Sir, I need you to verbally respond to me.
Sir, the judge is talking to you. Is that what you want to do? Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yeah. What?
Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth? Yes or no?
Yes.
Put your hand down, please. Is your name Ronald Bazile, B-A-Z-I-L-E?
Yes.
It's my understanding you want to resolve your trespass on occupied structure or conveyance case today and give up your right to a trial?
Yes.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
Okay.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness, is what the judge said?
No.
All right, you understand. How do you want to plead to this charge? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea to this charge could result in deportation proceedings and affect your ability to remain in the United States? You understand that? Okay, having that in mind, you still want to keep your plea of no contest to trespassing, occupied structure, or conveyance?
Yes.
Have you had enough of time to speak to your attorney, Mr. Romero, who's standing to your right?
Yeah, I can talk to her.
You want to talk to him more?
Yeah. What?
Do you want to talk to me more? Okay.
No, I ain't got nothing to say.
Do you want to talk to me some more or no?
No.
No? Okay. Then let the judge know.
All right. Thank you, sir. Adjudication, 3 days, Broward County Jail, credit for time served. $293 in court costs, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. Did you speak to Mr. Bazile about what happens if he doesn't pay the $293?
I did, Judge.
Thank you. All right, no return to Sunset Square Plaza at the address I previously stated. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. And the court does find probable cause after review of the file. Darius Quinn.
Medical reset.
All right, hopefully, Trevor Fox.
Medical reset.
Medical reset.
All right, he was arrested on the 19th. This is a resisting an officer without violence, $100 bond, and trespass failure to leave property upon order by owner. We need to make a finding of probable cause, And I'm assuming the defense is not going to make any argument with regard to the $100 bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any objection to PC?
No, Your Honor.
Court finds PC in absentia. Defense. Jason Brown. Okay, good morning, Mr. Brown. You have criminal mischief over $1,000, $500 bond. Court does find probable cause. What say you, defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Brown currently has a no bond hold for an extradition, and since this is a felony, we can't resolve it. I advised him that he's going to try and get this resolved as soon as he can. He's got a court date February 1st.
I'm going to do a $1 bond.
That's fine,
since I'm
Judge.
not going anywhere anyway.
Good luck,
David
Mr.
Lee
Brown.
Booth. Thank you.
Counsel, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, are you David Lee Booth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have an ad charge, change of charge from, this is just, well, we're gonna do the attempted carjacking.
Yes, both, Your Honor. It's an upfile from a strong arm robbery to burglary with
I
assault.
only have one on my face sheet.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
findings.
going on. No, on this sheet.
Yeah,
So
the findings.
It says 4 capious felony. What's that? The attempted carjacking?
Yes, ma'am. The findings should also have pursuant to the capious that was issued, a change of charge, and that would be.
I have that. I'm just telling you, I have one on my face sheet.
Yeah, I'm saying, and I'm saying it should be on the findings also.
So it's count 1 is burglary with assault or battery?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm gonna do 1 burglary with assault / battery. 18-0.
I don't think so.
All right, so this is what you have, sir. You have an ad charge, count 2, attempted carjacking, count 1 is a change of charge from robbery, no firearm or weapon, to burglary with assault or battery, which ups it to the first-degree felony.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, court does find probable cause. What say you, State?
Your Honor, and I provided the court and defense counsel with a copy of a supplemental report going over the allegations. I would be seeking a no bond hold on the burglary with assault or battery upon a finding of proof evident or presumption great for first appearance purposes. On the attempted carjacking, Your Honor, based on the level of violence alleged, but also noting that Mr. Booth is being held right now on a violation of probation, and one of the cases he's on probation for is a strong arm robbery. I would be requesting a $25,000 bond on the attempted carjacking.
Okay. Defense?
As to the state's request to find proof evident presumption great, in light of the fact that Mr. Booth does have some no bond holds on the violation of probation, we would defer argument in that regard until he can appear in front of his division judge for an Arthur hearing. As to the $25,000 request, well, since he has the no bond holds, I don't know what difference it really makes. He's got to go in front of his division judge anyway to address his bond issues.
You're saying he does have a no bond hold?
He does, two separate felony VOPs.
And you're asking, I'm sorry, on the attempted carjacking?
25, Your Honor.
100 or 1,000?
1,000.
Any no victim contact or anything? No
Yes.
return, any special conditions?
Your Honor, I'm just requesting an order of no contact with AL.
Any other special conditions, State? Not
no,
that I'm
not-
thinking of, I'm just asking.
No, I appreciate that, Judge. Your Honor, the allegations are that include that Mr. Booth, at a minimum, implied that he had a gun. So, in an abundance of caution, I'd ask for an order that he not possess any firearms, weapons, or ammunition.
All right, well, he's not allowed to do that anyway, so
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll say that anyway.
Okay.
All right, so, Mr. Booth, I've reviewed the affidavits filed in your case, and I find probable cause. I further find the proof of guilt to be evident, or the presumption great with regard to the burglary with assault or battery. Therefore, on the count 1 for the capias, the change of charge, the burglary, assault, or battery, you're going to be held no bond. Pending further order of the court, this order is without prejudice, sir, for you to file a motion to set bond with your assigned division judge and request a hearing under State v. Arthur. Court's also going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with AL, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. And as to the attempted carjacking, $25,000 bond. So you'll be able to go before your assigned division judge, file a motion to set bond with your assigned division judge under the case of State v. Arthur. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Jacob Steinmetz.
He's here at Maine.
Maine jail. Okay, Mr. Steinmetz, you have a KP is not in custody. Count 1 is armed carjacking, and count 2 is robbery with a firearm. I've reviewed the reporting officer narrative and other documents filed by the state. Did you get these documents as well, or State, did you provide the case supplemental report and all the documents I have in my package today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what say you, State?
Your Honor, on both counts, they're both punishable by life offenses. The state would be requesting a no bond hold on each count upon the finding of proof evident or presumption great, an order of no contact with the alleged victim whose initials are AD, and no return to 821 Cypress Boulevard in Pompano Beach. And obviously no, well,
All right, so you're asking for a finding of proof evident presumption great on both these charges?
yes, ma'am.
What say you, defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Steinmetz currently has no bond holds on count 1 and count 2. In light of that, we would defer any argument regarding proof evident presumption great until such time as he can appear in front of his division judge.
And who was his division judge?
The judge. Looks like it's Judge. Well, let me see if both are.
Okay, no victim contact, sir, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials AD, and no return to 821 Cypress Boulevard, Pompano Beach, Florida. If you go back there, you will be arrested. So I've reviewed the affidavits and other documents filed in your case, and I find probable cause. I further find the proof of guilt to be evident on the armed carjacking and robbery with the firearm charge. So the proof of guilt to be evident or the presumption great. Therefore, you're going to be held no bond pending further order of the court. This order serves without prejudice for you to file a motion to set bond with your assigned division judge and request a hearing under State v. Arthur.
And, Your Honor, both of his cases are set before Judge Colra.
Okay, and it's in front of Judge Colra, so thank you. Good luck to you. Malik Nicholas Hilton.
Mr. Hilton's here at main judge.
Thank you. Mr. Hilton, you have possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, $100 bond. Count 2 is drug paraphernalia, possess and or use, no bond required. You have 3 capious felonies, no bond holds. You're going to see your Judge Tim Bailey January 2nd at 8:30. Court finds probable cause. I'll set the bond on the possession of cannabis, $1. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Judge, Mr. Hilton would like to address the court. My understanding is Mr. Hilton informed me as far as the court date that he missed. It was not an intention to miss. He never received the court date. He actually followed up by contacting the clerk's office and setting up a hearing. And unfortunately now he's been picked up with the warrant, and I believe that's what he wants to speak to the court about.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
I called for about a month straight and checked the mailbox for a month straight. Nothing ever came. The clerk told me that I didn't have a court date for about a month straight. And then one day I finally called. She said I missed the court date. It was yesterday. She told me to write a letter to my judge and put my case number on the letter. I did that. She said that 2 weeks later I called and she said that we have received the letter, and she said that we were just waiting on the judge to make a decision on if he was going to give me another court date or leave the warrant active.
All right, do you see any response in the computer?
No, I see.
Okay, go ahead.
I see the letter that he wrote, that was put in, but nothing, no response from Judge Bailey.
Yes, in that letter, he lists his address and, indicates that the information or the notice was sent to the wrong address, and that he was told by the clerk that he had to write a letter to the judge.
You see a letter in there?
The letter is in here.
Your Honor, I can tell you, I checked. The notice was sent to the address that was on the booking and the PC affidavit, and it was returned.
So why don't you try to call up is it Judge McCarthy?
It's Judge Tim Bailey.
So why don't you call up Judge Bailey's office? I know you did yesterday, but maybe something happened. You can get him in this afternoon, or maybe instead of waiting till January, I mean, it's the Judge Bailey's no bond hold, so. All right, sir, have a seat. They'll look into it. Can I have that back, please?
Who was that, Hilton?
Yes. Or you know what, just keep it unless we change it.
I know I talked with Judge Bailey's judicial assistant yesterday. I know he's doing motions on a death penalty case that's set for trial early next year. I've very much got the impression that there wasn't a lot of room on his calendar today, but let me see.
All right.
Courtroom.
Thank you. All right, Daryl Roach.
He's approaching.
Mr. Roach, you have carrying concealed firearm, $1,000 bond, possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted Florida felon. We need to talk about bond. Court does find probable cause. What say you, State?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, just so the court's aware, I'm showing his felony convictions were from October of this year in Palm Beach County, credit card forgery, unauthorized possession of a driver's license. He also had carrying a concealed firearm in 2016 in Dade.
Okay.
I'm requesting a $3,500 bond on count 2.
What say you,
Judge, that's going to be a little bit out of reach for Mr. Roach from what he advised me. It's going to be hard enough coming up with count 1. What I was going to be asking for on count 2 is a $1,000 bond. And he was going to try and see if he can contact the Schreiner family, help post his monetary bond. At this time, he is looking for work. He's been residing here his whole entire life. He's 25 years old. He lives in Hallandale. He lives with his roommate, and because financially Mr. Roach is struggling right now, his roommate's allowing him to live there rent free. Now he is going to be contacting his mom, but unfortunately his mom is not working. So he believes because of those financial, I guess, restraints, maybe they can come up with $200 using the services of a bondman. So that is why I was going to ask for, on count two, $1,000 bond.
1,000 on 1, 1,000 on 2. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Donald Palmer.
Mr. Palmer, come on up. Come on up, sir. Mr. Palmer, Donald Palmer.
Hey, Mr. Palmer, you have violation of parole, no bond hold. The parole board will come and speak to you soon. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Randolph Pringle.
Yeah, it's a reset, Judge.
All right, what'd you say?
Medical reset.
Where is he?
On loan.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Chase Daglish.
Bonded. Bonded.
Thank you.
Mr. Hill.
Nicholas Hill.
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Hill, you have grand theft between $300 and $5,000, $1,000 bond. Court's going to order no return to the Tire Kingdom at 2525 West Sample Road in Deerfield Beach. Can't believe this, another pen ran out of ink. What say you, defense? $1,000 bond.
Judge, I believe this is Mr. Hill's first arrest ever in his life. He's a registered voter.
Is that true, State?
He has no history, Judge.
ROR, thank you.
Your Honor, I would ask, though, that you order no return to...
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
That's okay. No return to Tire Kingdom, okay, sir? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Walker.
Mr. Walker is here. Oh, you went to Judge, he just went to medical right now, but I do want to let you know, he advised me that he has his aunt hired private counsel, Michael Hurst. I believe my colleague here contacted Mr. Reedy about that.
Hurst.
He didn't know how to spell it, Judge.
Do we have his aunt's number? All right, why don't you speak to him? I'll put him on recall. Let's just finish, and when he gets back, you can ask him, okay? You can call her. Alexander Navarro?
No problem, Your Honor.
Sure.
We were told to remove him from the docket as well.
Sheila, is that correct? Page 17.
Yes.
Yes, you're correct.
Delete it.
Yes, remove, delete, per confinement. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Giovanni Anthony Spencer.
He bonded.
Okay. Robert Lewis Miller, please.
Mr. Miller's here at Main, Judge.
Okay. Okay, good morning, Mr. Miller. You have ag assault, deadly weapon without intent to kill, an improper exhibition of a firearm or dangerous weapon. Count 2 is a first-degree misdemeanor. No bond is required. Count 1, we're going to have to talk about bond. State, what is it that you're requesting? And before you tell me, the court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials RHM.
Your Honor, I believe the court was going to inquire of any criminal history.
Sure.
He has a very old purchase of cocaine. Frankly, it's not even something the court needs to consider for
Okay.
today's purposes. That being said, Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $50,000 bond, pretrial release with a GPS monitor level 2, no victim contact, and no return to this Lauderhill supermarket. I'm extremely concerned about these
Tell me why you're requesting a $50,000 bond.
Your Honor, this solely has to do with these allegations. I am extremely concerned that because Mr. Miller thought that the clerk was messing with him about the price of cigarettes, he decided it would be prudent to go and obtain a long rifle, an M&P 15 long rifle, carry it into this supermarket, and threaten this employee. While I imagine it says he was arrested at a little before 7 in the evening. Yeah, so he went there at approximately 15:30. It's reasonable to believe there's other customers there. His response is just extremely alarming and concerning, Your Honor.
You had an Emmett Smith & Wesson M&P 15 long rifle. It was loaded with 25.556 rounds and 1 round in the chamber. Court has a concern. What say you, defense?
Judge, as you already, I believe he has a 1982 drug offense. Having said that, Judge, he's been here his whole entire life. He's 61 years old. He is retired. He lives in Lauderhill, been residing at the same location for over 20 years. The problem is, Judge, one of the main problems at this time is when he was arrested, he didn't have his phone with him. So right now he doesn't have any numbers memorized, no one he can contact, nobody knows where he is right now. That's the problem with Mr. Miller. So, Judge, he's going to be asking, because of that problem, there's no one that he can contact to post his bond. He's going to be asking, and we do understand the seriousness of the allegations, Judge. We're going to be asking for him to be released on pretrial release.
Victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim, RHM, no return to the Lauderhill supermarket located at 2040 Northwest 49th Ave in Lauderhill. No possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. If you do have any, sir, you're to surrender them along with any permits within 24 hours of your release to your local police department. Court is going to set $25,000 bond on count 1. And the court also is going to do a GPS level 2. They're going to your bond's going to have to be paid first, sir. Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Lennox Taylor Lordell, and let me know when you're ready on Mr. Hilton.
I left a
Mr.
message.
Walker is,
Go ahead. Lordell Taylor.
Come on up, Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, you have driving while license is suspended, $750 bond. Count 2 is driving while license is suspended, third or subsequent offense, $750 bond. Court does find probable cause. What say you, defense? Here you go.
Judge, Mr. Taylor is requesting a phone order.
Okay, he can pay his bond?
He said once he has access to his contacts, he can have his friends, family post his bond.
All right, perfect, thank you. Good luck, sir. I'll sign a phone order. Okay, let's get a Johnny
Come on up,
Walker.
He's here.
Okay. Did you look up Mr. Hurst? How do you spell Mr. Hurst's last name?
Do you know how you spell his last name? And your aunt hired him. Do you have your aunt's phone number, sir? My mom. Your mom? Okay, what's your mom's name? What is it? Kareem. And what's your phone number? 754. 422. 4229.
Okay, you want to call that number, 754-422-4229? It's a good number.
Kareem.
Yeah.
It's his mother.
All right, Mr. Reedy, call. We're going to take a break for 1 minute. Want you to call. Thank you. Mr. Romero,
What's that? No, sorry,
we
his
found the
attorney's talking.
attorney. He's in the courtroom. Thank
I
you.
knew Mr. Reedy could since he was told that early this morning.
Yeah.
Awesome job, Mr. Reedy.
Okay, we'll be back in a minute. All right, so let's call up Johnny Walker. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you today? Happy
fine.
holidays and all of that.
Oh, you too.
Good.
right.
Judge, my name is Michael Hersey, Hursey. I represented Mr. Walker at the juvenile level when there was the decision trying to be made. And so now that the state is direct filed, I'm going to be talking to the family about hiring me for the circuit adult case now.
Okay.
So for today's hearing, I talked to the state and they were very cooperative. We don't have any family here today or any of the alibi witness evidence we have, so I'll set that for an Arthur hearing later. So today, Judge, we know you have to make a finding just based on the probable cause affidavit. So if you would do that, and then I'll talk to the family and let them know about the future hearing where they can come and we can present evidence so we can try to get him a bond.
Perfect. All right, so let me just tell him what he's charged with. You have carjacking with the firearm or weapon, robbery with the firearm, grand theft of a firearm. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials DC. Is that correct, State?
I believe so, Judge, yes.
And
Yes, it
any
is.
other special conditions of no return or anything?
Your Honor, I'm just going to be requesting no return to the Exxon gas station at 600 Northwest 27th Avenue.
Hold on, 600. Sorry.
That's okay. 600 Northwest 27th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
While, in Your Honor, based on his age, while he legally cannot possess a firearm, in an abundance of caution, just as a release condition, I am going to ask the court to order no firearms, weapons, or ammunition. You want me to proceed, Judge, or wait?
I'm just writing it down. How old is he? 17, okay. All right, go ahead, State.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Hersey. I provided him with a copy of the report that I provided. I believe the court has in your packet.
Yes.
I am going to be requesting no bond hold on counts 1 and 2 upon a finding of proof evident or presumption great for first appearances purposes only. I spoke with Mr. Hersey and advised him, and it's the state's position that if the court should make such a finding, it is without prejudice. Obviously, the state would have to satisfy that burden again at an Arthur hearing.
Yes. All right, is that what you two agreed
Yes,
to?
yes, we did. I know that's the law.
All right, so Mr. Walker, I have reviewed the probable cause and other documents filed in your case, and I find probable cause on counts 1 through 3. I further find the proof of guilt to be evident or the presumption great with regard to the carjacking with the firearm or weapon and the robbery with the firearm. Therefore, sir, on counts 1 and 2, you are going to be held no bond until further order of the court. This order is without prejudice, sir, for you to file a motion to set bond with your assigned division judge under the case of State v. Arthur on count 3. It's a $1,000 bond. No victim contact, direct or indirect, with DC. That's whether you're in jail or not. No return to the Exxon gas station at 600 Northwest 27th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. No possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. And if you do have any, sir, you surrender them within 24 hours of your release to your local police department. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Judge, could BSO tell me what floor he's on now? Because he wasn't assigned to a floor when I checked it.
All right, if you want to talk to him on the phone, you can call him and they'll tell you.
Okay.
You want to call him? All right,
That
so,
would be good,
yeah, right over there to that phone.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you, Judge.
Mr.
We
Romero,
appreciate it.
thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too.
And New Year. Okay, Mr. Hersey, step to your right. Your attorney's going to call. Right there, you'll see the number. Darrell Kennedy. Morning, Mr. Kennedy. You have a violation of probation for a felony and no bond hold. You are going before your division judge, Judge Michael Usan, January 3rd at 9:30 a.m. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Shamir Shealy, please.
Conti, Your Honor.
Thank you.
He's in courtroom 7870.
Okay, so Virginia? Can you come here for a moment? See if you can get him here this afternoon. If not, if he comes back to you, we'll just have him, you can let us know. We'll probably be in transit.
Yes, ma'am.
See if you can have him brought to the magistrate courtroom. Okay? Rocky East. You can use Mr. Virginia. You can use Mr. Reedy's phone. I'm sure he would be more than happy to share it with you for a moment. Go ahead. Okay, Rocky, George Blythe, please.
He's here, Maine.
Main jail. All right, Mr. Blythe, you have warrant violation of pretrial felony. That's for a grand theft auto signed by Judge Bailey, no bond hold. You also have a capious felony grand theft of a motor vehicle, a capious. You have no show to court for arraignment. In front of Judge Bailey, you're going to be held no bond on both of them. You'll see Judge Bailey on January 2nd at 8:30 a.m. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
What did I say?
And then the last one. We did a Johnny Walker.
Whole list of instructions
Did we resolve Mr. Hilton? Okay. All right, let's reset Mr. Hilton. What's his first name again?
Malik.
Okay, can you reset him for 1 p.m., Madam Clerk? Thank you so much.
I'll do what I can, Mr. Hilton.
What page is do you know what page Mr. Hilton's on for the clerk, Mr. Romero? What page? What page is Mr. Hilton? The clerk would like to know.
He's on page 14.
Page 14. Thank you. See you at 1 o'clock.
Are you putting on?
Main jail. All right, let's just make sure that they